I was also in a mitzvah. I thought I'd be able to join two mitzvahs together. You see, this mitzvahs, the seuda. But Hashem has cheshbonos. We have to spread it. We have to spread the love of the Yidden. And Hashem have the biggest bittul to the Eibishter. And that's the shot. But I want to just share with you what I shared with them, because I want to be mamshich the seuda as an introduction. Before I wait, I asked one thing. I told Shlichim that they should wait for me. I have one request, because I asked Ayreh Leib, please, and I appreciate it. I hope we don't lose out on anybody, but that he should wait for the speech until I come, because the inspiration that I personally get is learn the rois, and it's a mitzvah. I think whoever's been here, I've heard, and I told you this also all the years. At the first day that we have this, started for Shabbat and Hashem, now it's mamish. I got to Sheva brachas. We're going back to Sheva brachas. We'll have the chasam of Hashem.
Oh my!
Well, every year afterwards, I don't need for myself. I'm telling you mitzvahs, but other people also come over to me and say they've heard a lot, but this is something which moves them in the oifen of tremendous aliyah, which we'll hear more. But I just want to show you one thing, because today was the Ayreh Leib Kenigsburg, and I think this is part of the seuda seuda. It's a very famous piece of Ayreh Leib Kenigsburg in the middle of Balak. The pasuk tells us that Hibit Oven B'Yakov, V'lo Yira Omer Yisrael, Hashem Elakav, right to Sus Melech Boy, and everybody, all the Mefarshim, everybody's trying to figure out what the small word in the Torah introduced oven is. What's oven? Doesn't mean sin, but then it's spelled wrong, because it should have had an ayin. This has an aleph. Maybe it means something else. We're not sure. The commentaries work very strongly trying to figuring out what the word lo hibit oven b'Yaakov. Bilam is making a statement that Hashem doesn't find oven in Yaakov, and he doesn't see toiling almost to Yisrael. What's going on? So everybody knows an aleph and an ayin could be mischalef. As we know, when Adam Rishon was first created, when Adam Rishon was first created, his skin, which is Or in Hebrew, right? The flesh was with an aleph. Sadly, after he sinned, it became Or, our Gashmi sticker Or that we have, the Or with an ayin. So now like this, says Ayreh Leib Kenigsburg. For sure, Lo Hibit Oven B'Yaakov can't mean sin. Why? Because that would have to be spelled with an ayin. So what then? He says like this: we all know from the Zohar Kodesh, when chasichlila somebody sins, a reshima is created on that Ayreh. And if you can't hide, the guy thinks he can sin 100 feet down on the ground, and he comes up, nobody sees, and it says clearly all over his nose what he did, and it's a mitzvah. There's a reshima there. So he says, oven, the word sin is with an ayin. Oven with an aleph is that mark, that reshima. He says, the Eibishter loves us so much, lo hibit oven b'Yaakov. The Eibishter doesn't find that reshima on his children Yaakov. Who's Yaakov? We know that he works Yaakov, Yisrael, Yeshurun. Yaakov is the Amoinam, is the Pshutayam. Yisrael, they're the great tzaddikim. Yeshurun is the greatest of the great. He says, all of Klal Yisrael, all of us, we're all included in this. We don't have oven. We don't have the regime of sin. And the guy's going to laugh and say, okay, so you don't know what I do or what I did. Says the Ayreh Leib Kenigsburg, no, I mean it 100%. He says, chas v'chalila, if he did sin, it was Pashat V'tosh Seichel. It wasn't to be against the Eibishter. And therefore, yes, it's like if a guy gets his hand a little dirty, what do? You have to wipe off the liquor, because the words of the Ayreh Leib Kenigsburg. It's not an immark reshima of a chakika. It's a little schmutz, you know? Remember as a kid getting those fake tattoos from the dentist? You wash it off. It goes off. It's not real. It's not ingrained. I have lo yirama b'Yisrael, a level greater than that. Tzaddikim, what's amal? You're going to say, I don't see amal in Klal Yisrael. I've seen nice people sitting and steiging him in amal b'Torah. What does that mean? It says to do the real tshuva. Sometimes in order to wipe away the lichluch, you got to make a little amal. But a level higher than Yaakov Yisrael, they didn't even have that. They didn't even have that. That means the Eibishter loves us so much. that a person could think, and this is the Yitzhar, this whenever a person gets this telephone call, it's Bolak and Bilam, and hang up right away and kick them out the door. If Bolak and Bilam come to you and say, that's always what, you're such a dirty fellow, you have chakikus of sin, all you do is sin, just know it's Bolak and Bilam trying to swing around the mountain to get you. Because our Chaim Kodesh said, the Eibush said himself, what's the raya? And I'm not going to spoil the speech, but the Matthias is when a Yid makes a turnaround and is able to become from Yaakov to Yisrael to Yeshurun, that's the raya. If it would be the Matthias that it would be like that, so a person wouldn't be able to go fight there because the Rishima would keep him back. Just like another reason it says when a person does the mitzvah of tzedakah, it's nechak, the Rishima, so it's tzaddik on him all day. That's what it says. That the Indian of tzedakah is tam right? It's a kosa or medas lahad. Everyone knows the famous Ari. Think of Hashazek, if I'm not mistaken. That the ois tzaddik is oimer. It doesn't leave. It's nechak. The zelda zach is when a person is zoiches the mamish. If a person would have sin, the Rishima would hold him back from. Would be make boundaries. But you see, he could be true. He could come close to the Eibishter, and he's zoiches to go from Yaakov to Yisrael to Yeshua. So that's what I said over earlier tonight, and that's Mamish the introduction. Not time for a spade, no anything necessary, but we and Ayreh Leib, it's not like friends, it's like brothers, and it's already a nice few years that Hashem I was zoiche. From the first time that he came in here to the Shir by Be'efi, never imagined that we'll have a Kesher Amriti, a Kesher Nitzchi, and Baruch Hashem, we were zoiche to him. And it's a tremendous host that we get to host this Chiddush of Azach of Tzidus Hidor. And therefore, without further ado, I call up L'chaim of Ayreh Leib. Amen.